and welcome to a podcast with no name yet. I'm your host this week, Ricky, along with my co-stealer, Manny. I can't even say
What's
it.
up? How you doing?
I completely forgot to think of something for the co thing. Stealer was
Coast
always
Stealer.
co-stealer was the best thing I can think of, and all that stuff.
Coast Stealer. We steal
And all that stuff.
together.
Yes, exactly. All that stuff.
Yep.
Did I make that up? Pretty much.
Because Stockton's known for steel work.
Okay, everything like that. You can catch our podcast every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google, and Apple Podcasts, and many other audio services around the world. Um, Manny, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. My HyperX headset came in, so that's dope.
I notice. You haven't been.
They didn't put it on the porch, so that kind of sucks. They just kind of threw it in the front yard, so that sucks.
Mm,
But other than that, my life's been good.
mm, yeah,
It's been smooth sailing.
been been
Um,
been busy. Haven't been playing games with us and all that stuff.
Been hella busy. Been
Mm.
hella busy.
Kind of. I've been upset. I'm upset because you haven't been playing with us and all that stuff.
Dude, I'm upset. I'm stressing over the tier 100 Fortnite thing, dude.
Stuff. We still
Stressing over that.
we have till March. We have till March. And all that stuff.
I know, but I want it.
Uh,
Stressing over that.
don't worry. We gotta. Don't worry, you can worry about that. We can somewhat next week, but
I'll probably get it tomorrow morning. Um,
and all that stuff.
uh,
And all
so
that stuff.
yeah, no, other than that, I've been good. I've been chilling. Came home yesterday, played some Tekken, um, and just watched some movies. Been watching some Netflix series and some comedy shows. Just been trying to relax. This whole quarantine thing is getting to me. It's feel like I'm locked in a cage.
Okay.
So
Calm yourself. Calm yourself. I know quarantine is it mostly all of us by now, but it ain't.
yeah.
Don't have to don't have to jump the ship on that one. Okay.
I don't know, I feel like I'm just locked in my room. I was able to get out for a couple of days, do some business and stuff. So it felt really good to get out, do some stuff, interact with people within, COVID regulations and stuff. But yeah, I've been good. Been good.
Okay. Anyways, thank you again for joining us this week. Hope you've been enjoying all of our episodes. If you haven't, you can always go back to our YouTube channel or check us out on any of the audio services and all that stuff, and go through check out all our episodes and everything like that. It'd be nice to see that. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't also remember click the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already to get notifications when these episodes go live, and don't forget to leave a comment on any of the topics we're talking about and all that stuff. Okay, so because we do like the feedback and everything. All right.
And we do read every comment.
Do we really? I'm just kidding. I know
I
I
do.
do.
Yeah, I do.
I know I do.
I mean, there's not a lot, so I read them.
Anyway, anyways, let's get things going. Of course, since it has now become a weekly thing, we will be talking about WandaVision at the end of the episode
Yep.
and all that, for that and everything. Well, we will. This will become so. Like we said, probably going forward and all that stuff. We're WandaVision. We'll finish this up. We'll have that week break going into Winter Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Probably do the same thing with that because so far it's been good topics and all that stuff. We had good discussion with this and all that stuff. And did I just pretty much just put this on a spot on Manny that we're doing this now? Most like yes, but still
No, I
and
kind of
all that
figured.
stuff. And all that stuff. But
I enjoy talking about it every week.
it's been good. It's been fun. It's been
Yeah,
fun
it
doing
has.
doing these segments and all that stuff.
It's been a hoot.
And all that stuff. We'll do this again. Like I said, Falcon and Winter Soldiers coming in March. We'll probably do the same thing for that and all this for that
Maybe with
stuff.
Loki.
Of course, Loki's later this year. What if and there's one more show. Hawkeye. Hawkeye's
Hawkeye
supposed
is gonna. I'm waiting for Hawkeye, dude.
Hawkeye's supposed to be this year too. So
It's been a while.
these MCU uh, TV show reactions will probably become a somewhat of a staple now at the end of the show
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
that's our wrap.
But if it comes, I mean, if it comes bigger, I mean, hell, who knows? We might make it a separate thing in general,
True,
and all that
true.
stuff and everything, and make it more quicker and all that stuff. But no, we're gonna for now. We'll keep it on the show, and but we'll talk. Like I said, that's gonna be later this episode. Later this episode. Today, right now we're gonna talk about some DC news and all that stuff, and we're gonna talk about
Yep.
we have a movie version.
Aquaman. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Continue.
Supergirl is coming to the DCEU and on and everything.
Which
Manny,
one? We
Manny,
don't know.
Manny, do you know what the DCEU is means?
Yep. Fake MCU. It's it's a knockoff. They even have a fake Iron Man. He's dressing in all black. Yeah, it's they have a fake
Oh my
Thor.
gosh!
Has an S on his chest. It's kind of weird. Uh, their Quicksilver's still alive. Um, no.
I was just asking if you know what the DCU means. Like, what's the full name of it?
Yeah.
You're over here just
Detective Comics Expanded Universe.
you're freaking just like just dissing every single DC hero. Dang.
DCU, I like you. I don't like your movies too much. I like some of you. Some of you watched the movie, didn't like it, but I watched the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Detective Comics Expanded Universe.
there we go. There we go.
Yep. Now,
Okay.
which one Supergirl's gonna be in? We have no idea.
And
Is she gonna be in the one with Flash in the TV show? Because there's already Supergirl in that one. Is she gonna be in Defenders? Is she gonna make an appearance in the MCU? We have no idea.
I
But
love
they're
this.
gonna put her somewhere in the Flash movie.
I love the fact that you're just spitting stuff out, and I have not even got even get into the full thing yet.
I'm stalling. I'm stalling.
Why are you stalling?
Because I'm trying to think of theories that she can be in.
Let me talk, and then that way you can think.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, I don't want dinner,
Anyways, her name is Sasha Cali. I think if I said that right.
Yep.
This is an article on from Deadline. To let you that she is from the one of those daytime soap operas, The Young and the Restless. Um,
It's a good show. It's a good
is
show.
it?
It's not as good as General Hospital. It's not as good as General Hospital. It's really good.
I just learned something that Manny's a soap opera maniac. Okay,
Two of them. Two of them.
okay, that's
I like
something.
General Hospital better. 'Cause I like Sonny Corinthos. He's dope.
I just learned something new
Yeah.
today, people. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Monday through Friday.
Born in Boston, Massachusetts. She is Colombian, and for that, but this thus makes her the first ever Latina Supergirl, and everything.
Yep.
In the article, it mentions that the fact that there was 425 actresses that auditioned for the role, though they didn't know what the role was for until director Andy Machete, he's directing the upcoming Flash movie.
Hmm.
Pretty much posted on a social media. I think it was Saturday, if I remember correctly. Uh, talking to Sasha, asking her if she can fly and everything, like if she can actually fly and all that stuff and everything. She was like,
I
no,
can.
and all that stuff. Manny, should stop.
I tried. I tried it. It works. Yep. If you cover yourself in oil and jump off the roof when it's raining, you fly.
Oh
Because
dear.
oil floats to the top of
Oh
water.
dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. But of course, in that stuff, she was saying no, she can't fly. He was asking, "Do you want to fly?" She was like, "Yeah." And then all of a sudden, you just see him pull out the suit with the S, and he's like,
Oh,
"Congratulations, you're Supergirl." And she was
how hilarious would it have been if he just got her tickets to to Hollywood or
like
something
plane tickets to the shoot.
yeah, it's like plane tickets.
That's right.
It's like you
I'm
didn't
not
get
gonna
the
lie.
part.
Not
You
gonna
didn't
lie.
get the part, but you can watch.
Not gonna lie. I was watching this, and everything, and I'm like literally thinking to myself, like, is he just gonna buy like show her plane tickets just to go to the shoot? And she's like,
He's like, "Can you fly?" She's
because I
like,
knew
"No." He's like,
he was directing Flash, so I was like, like who is she gonna play? And then like all of a sudden he just pops up with the S, and I'm like, oh snap, she's Supergirl.
He's like, you're in Top Gun. That would have been hilarious. That would have
Oh
been
my
that
gosh.
would have been funny.
Oh my
That would have been.
gosh.
I mean, either way, it's a score, I guess.
Yeah. Um, Callie did play the role played the role of Lola Rosales on Young and the Restless and was nominated for a daytime Emmy last year for Outstanding Young Performer in a Drama Series category and all that stuff. And she starred in the YouTube miniseries Socially Awkward. I've always seen that.
I didn't watch that.
I've always seen that in like my YouTube, but I never watched it and all that stuff.
Why didn't you watch it?
I don't know.
It's recommended. You should watch everything recommended.
Do you really though? In all honesty,
Yeah, because YouTube knows you, studies you, sees what you like, what you don't like.
yeah. And now it's showing me the correct stuff. Call of Duty, Call of Duty content, a bunch of other stuff. Um, in the article, it mentions like in DC media canon, Supergirl was first played by Helen Slater in the 1984 Warner Brothers movie. Later by Melissa Bonet in the now Warner Brothers TV series that's currently still going, though it's going into its final season this year. Also,
Wait, did they ever have a Superwoman?
as far as I know, no, there could be, but I don't know.
I feel like they should. I mean, it's
Why?
2021, you know.
Don't.
It's
don't
20.
why? Why do you do this? Why? Why?
You
Why?
got Wonder Woman. Why is it a girl? But anyways,
I think the point of it is supposed to be a
I'm
teenager
kidding. Yeah, makes sense.
and all that stuff. Um,
I just actually that was actually
I think
I
first
didn't
things
know.
first. Our congrats to Sasha on getting this role and becoming
Yeah,
the very first Latina to be cast for this kind of role, particularly
yeah.
and all that stuff. People may hate on this, but you have to remember one thing and all that stuff. Supergirl's an alien.
She earned it. Oh,
That too. That too. So you cannot put race into this. In all honesty,
yeah.
you
Because
really,
technically she's Kryptonian.
yeah.
That's wait, is that their
Yes,
ethnicity?
that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's right. That's right. You got it.
So they named their ethnicity
We're
to what
horrible.
they're allergic
We're
to.
horrible. We're horrible. We're horrible at
So
this.
they're like, you have a nut allergy, you're Nutonian. Like
Oh my god.
you're, you're glutonian because you're allergic to glucose.
Um.
To gluten.
I mean. I mean. First of all, let's just get one thing out the way. The DCU was in shambles and all that
Yes.
stuff.
They need to reboot it.
Well, that's the plan. I think that's supposed to be the plan with the Flash movie and all that stuff.
So the Flash is their Hulk. Wasn't Hulk before Iron Man? No, Iron Man was the Flash is their Iron Man. The Flash is their Iron Man 1,
I
right?
guess.
That's gonna set up the next DC
Well, no,
expanded universe.
it's supposed to reboot the universe.
Yeah,
Not
so it's the start of their new
Iron Man.
universe.
Iron Man started a universe from scratch.
Okay, then it's their WandaVision.
No, that doesn't work either. Because you're not one. WandaVision is not rebooting a universe. It's
You're right, you're right. Yeah, I don't got a good algorithm.
yeah. You don't
I
got
don't know.
nothing. You really got nothing
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff.
It's gonna be the start of this new universe.
It's rebooting the universe
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Manny won't get it, but it's pretty much he is. This is rebooting. This is, I guess, somewhat similar to Crisis on Infinite Earths. The show
Oh,
when
okay.
they did the show they kind of like
Yeah.
technically rebooted the universe by since like most of the shows were like separate were in separate at the time, but now everything's together. Though
Yeah.
we've lost two two staple heroes and then a recast one and all that stuff. Oh gosh, that was something.
Like Star Trek.
I guess. I,
Didn't they reboot it?
Spock. I, I guess if that technically counts as a
Yeah.
reboot.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
and all that stuff. Uh, the first, like I said, DC's in shambles. We've had Man of Steel, which I thought was a good movie. Um, Batman vs Superman, not a very good movie.
Amazing movie.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus, it has its moments. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like it just for the fact when he's like, "How do you know her name?" And that's like if he
Why
can't
is
have a mom with the same name.
why is why is the one that people don't like the most or has an issue with the most is the one that you like? Why? But then
I think
again,
it's
why is
I
that
think
not
it's
surprising?
hilarious.
Why is that not
I think
surprising
it's
coming from
hilarious
you?
because like it's like well he just has a mom with the same name as you. It's not that much of a different. It's not that crazy.
But at the
Like
same time, why is that even a big? Why is that even a big point in the movie?
I don't know. I just think it's funny.
And all that stuff and everything. And if I'm correct, I don't think if I don't know, and I could be wrong. Anyone that's more into the DC universe more and all that stuff, because this is where I kind of like blind like don't remember as much. I don't think Batman and Superman's mom had the same first name
Sure they don't.
and all that stuff. I really don't remember that, and I could be wrong. Wonder Woman, awesome, an
Good movie.
amazing movie. Justice League.
Has its moments. I fast forward through it sometimes.
I'm surprised. I'm still surprised that I survived that movie. Um, Suicide Squad. Still surprising that it won an Oscar for best costume design.
Diablo shouldn't have died.
Huh?
Just gonna put that out there.
What?
Diablo shouldn't have died.
Shouldn't have died? Oh yeah, facts. Those are
Yeah,
facts.
should have stayed alive.
Those are facts.
He was the coolest character. After he
Uh,
died, I stopped watching the movie.
um, Aquaman. Yeah,
It was good. I liked it.
it had its moments. Uh, and then as of now, oh Shazam, that's the other one.
Didn't like it.
One bright spot. It's a bright spot though, in a way. It's not. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not bad, but it's like you want to give it some props, but at the same time, it's like there's some things there.
I'm hoping it's like Thor: The Dark World and like sets up something important. You know what I mean?
Shazam, you you want
Yeah,
Shazam to be the Thor Dark World of the DCEU,
yeah,
where it matters at the end, or it matters towards like
yeah.
the big moments and
Pretty
all that
much.
stuff. Oh my god!
I
Honestly,
want it to be like,
no one gives
yeah.
Thor the Dark World that much credit. In all honesty, they don't give him that much credit.
Thor: The Dark World's good. It's not amazing. I like what it did for the universe. I don't care for it as a movie. I just respect it for what it did for the MCU. Um, yeah,
Especially now after Endgame.
yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
No stuff. Um, and then as of now, of course, we had Joker, though it's not DCU related. It's a split thing in itself. You have we have the Batman coming out in next year, which is still not, but I guess somewhat. I don't know. We
So
don't know for
wait, hold on. Suicide Squad's connected to Justice League. It's in the same universe now.
yes. Just Suicide Squad was. Did you not realize in the beginning of that movie? Surprising that I still remember this. The beginning of that movie starts about how Superman died, about Superman dying after
No, I don't remember that.
Batman v Superman. Yeah,
I don't remember that.
yeah, that was literally after. That was like Suicide Squad is set after Batman v Superman. Like literally in the beginning,
Oh wow.
Amanda Waller talks about some stuff, and you see her at this like memorial kind of thing of Superman after he had died in Batman v Superman and all that stuff. Um, but anyways, then we have the Suicide Squad coming out this year. Somewhat a sequel, but some its own thing, I guess. I don't know. Um,
Sounds like a. It looks like a parody of Suicide Squad.
it's
Like
it's
if.
it's not a parody.
No, no, it's not.
How
But
does
it,
it look
it
like a
felt like it.
parody?
It felt like it. Didn't feel like. I don't know.
It has some of the still same, most of the same actors that were in the first one, for like such as like
Yeah.
Harley and
Except Will Smith, huh?
except Will Smith, and all that stuff. And there's some of the other one, some of the other guys and all that stuff and everything.
Yeah. Peter
Uh,
Capaldi's in it.
yeah, I know.
That's dope.
Um,
John Cena's in it.
mm,
That's kind of whack.
no, I think his character would be interesting.
I feel like half of the cast is gonna die within like the first.
I mean, it is the Suicide Squad. They're known for dying.
Yeah, they're
Um,
probably gonna just kill them
what
all
else
except the
was?
main
Oh,
cast.
and then the most important one. Well, I guess in the
Wonder
DCU.
Woman 1982.
Well, there were 1984. There was
84.
there was that one.
Oh, that's not the most important one.
That's not the most important one, though. Such a disappointment. Still, it's and then but no, the most important one, which is coming out next month in March, is Justice the 4 hour spectacle of Justice League: The Snyder Cut.
You gonna watch that?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I'm not.
I'm really gonna try and all that stuff because it's more of for me with that movie in particularly and that cut. It's more for me of just knowing of like what this movie was supposed to be and all that stuff
Yeah,
and everything of like what was Snyder's actual vision for this movie and all that stuff because it had so much before the lead up to the when it came out. So much stuff has happened and all that stuff with Snyder leaving because of family stuff, Joss Whedon taking over and all that stuff and everything like that, making significant changes, somewhat I guess you can say, to the movie. And then now with all these,
making suck.
yeah, and then all these the movie coming out and it's like hey, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's like, do I want to watch 4 hours of a bad movie, or do I want to go and watch Endgame again?
and all that
I
stuff.
think I'm gonna go watch Endgame.
And all that stuff. You can watch Endgame at any time and all that stuff. I'm just, I'm like,
True.
like literally, I'm like at this, like literally when this comes out, I'm gonna do my best to watch this and all that stuff. And I don't care what I come out with this with, as long as I get to know what this movie was supposed to be, really supposed to be. That's all that matters to
Yeah,
me,
that
really,
makes sense.
and all that stuff.
That makes sense.
And then and now we have for
I
future.
never realized how buff Vision was. I just gotta get this out of the way. I'm sorry.
Wait,
The
who?
actor who plays Vision, the
No,
actor who plays Vision,
no. We talk about that later. We talking about that later.
he's
We talking about that later.
buff.
Talk about that later. That's not
All right.
and all that stuff. We have a dedicated segment for WandaVision, and you want to bring them up now? Like I get it. DCU is not appealing at all, and everything like that, and all that stuff, and
Yeah, it
everything,
is sometimes.
and all that
I
stuff.
liked it the shows. I liked it the CW
The
shows.
show's not the same thing as the movies.
I know, but I'd rather watch the shows than the
And
movies.
all that stuff. I have not. Okay, before I go on, before I talk about, I'm gonna talk about the shows. But then, like, we do have the Flash movie coming out. It's still being happening. We have Sasha being cast as Supergirl and all that stuff. People are probably thinking like, why is Supergirl coming into this and everything like that? Yes, valid question and all that stuff. My thought to this, and which we'll get into and actually we're gonna talk about, uh, maybe Warner Brothers saw something with how Supergirl and has been doing well on TV, especially like when they're together during the crossovers and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And there's probably some thought. This is a random idea. Don't take anything I say with and all that stuff. Don't take it and all that stuff. This is just me spitballing stuff because that's mostly what we do. Is just spitball stuff. We're not actual comic experts and everything like
yeah,
that too, and all that stuff.
yeah. Half the stuff we say is just us thinking.
Nor this is like we have vast knowledge of comic history and all that stuff and everything like that
Yeah,
and everything like and all that stuff. Trust me, and all that stuff. If I get hate on
yeah,
that, I won't be surprised why and all that
yeah.
stuff. I
I
actually
can barely read.
facts.
I
And
look at comics because I can see pictures.
and all that stuff. But my somewhat idea or knowledge of theory of it could be just for the fact that Supergirl and Flash have been on TV so far and they've done like crossover stuff and all that stuff and the idea of not just chemistry of just with those two actors in general, just like have seen how that's worked on TV and all that stuff with them two together. Probably something similar to do. They're probably gonna do something with the movies. I could be totally wrong in all honesty on that, on all that stuff because comics wise, there is no, from what I know, there is no relationship wise for either as friends or anything between those two heroes in comics, if I'm correct. And also
Yeah, Super Flash.
besides being in the Justice League and all that stuff, to my knowledge and all that stuff. But it's like I'm just theorizing. This is probably more based off from what it seems like, just going from how the TV shows have gone with them as like just those two heroes, not just because of those two actors and all that stuff. And though the story is supposed to be based off Flashpoint, which is the whole thing of where Barry does rewrite the whole universe and everything like that by going back in time and saving his mom, and changes everything after that, like him not becoming the Flash anymore and all that stuff. And it does lead into Flashpoint does lead into, in the comics at least, to the what was called the New 52, where they pretty much like rebooted the universe in a way. And it could be that's what it's supposed to be leading to with this Flash movie. Uh, what Supergirl has into that, I have no idea. In all honesty, and all that stuff, and not a lot of people probably would trip about this really. But
Maybe it's gonna be like Wonder Woman in Batman vs Superman, where it's kind of just at the end.
she just has a small part and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I hope not. I hope it's not like that.
I feel like people are like, oh, she's gonna have a big part, but I feel like this is gonna be like at the end.
Yeah,
Not like Shazam Superman, but like Wonder Woman did in
yeah,
Batman vs Superman.
yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All that stuff, but it's just more. It's like I'm just going off of what I know because I watched the shows and all that stuff and
Yeah, me
everything
too. I
and
really like Batgirl.
Batwoman.
Batwoman, yeah.
I think yeah, that
That's
one.
just kind of like Ruby Rose.
And everything. I have not watched since. Okay, we might as well get on the shows now. I have not watched anything so far on the shows
Yeah.
because season two, Batwoman started in January. Black Lightning just recently started. Flash is supposed to be this
I
week.
haven't seen Back Lightning. Should probably
Flash,
watch that.
I think Flash is supposed to be this week, and all that's if I'm correct. Or is it next? Or is it March? I forget. And all
I've
this,
only seen a little bit of the Flash. I'm okay with it though, because they had the Gorilla Guys. I like the Gorilla Guys.
that's the only reason why you watch it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, dude, that's hella tight. Like, gorillas that can fight and like telepathy. That's dope. That's pretty dope. I mean,
And it's not
it's kind of cool.
but the thing is like it's not for the fact that it was like one is like okay they recast Batwoman, two all and all that stuff. It's just more the fact that it's like I have not watched these shows in so long and all that stuff. I'm used to
Yeah.
watching these like because like if you remember all last season cut it short because of COVID. Normally when a new season starts it happens in like September October. That didn't happen because again COVID and all that stuff. And then production started late for these new seasons. So it's like I've been so consumed with everything else on content wise, on like what to watch and everything. It's like I kid you not, they're in my DVR on my YouTube TV, so I can go and watch these and all that stuff. It's like what how do am I gonna feel when I jump into these and all that stuff after so long and all that stuff. I'm not scared, but it's like I hope like hopefully I haven't read anything about how the shows have done so far, and the fact that it's like Arrow's now gone. Both I think if I'm correct, Black Lightning and Supergirl are ending this season, and all that for this
Damn.
season. Also, if they're on their last seasons and all that stuff, we still got Legends. Flash is still going to be a thing. Batwoman's going to be a thing. We have the new Superman and Lois show is starting, and all that
Oh,
stuff
that's gonna be dope.
and all that stuff. That is supposed to be. I hear that one's. I hear the first episode has got like good reviews. So that's the other
First
show.
episode's already out.
I think that's the one that's tomorrow. If I'm correct. I mean
Oh,
Tuesday because we're remember we're recording this on a Monday and all that stuff. I think that's on Tuesday if I'm correct. But
oh, good.
and all that stuff. But I could be, and I'll double check right now. But I'm just trying to make sure it's like I am gonna jump into these because I do want to watch them, and I have always enjoyed watching
Yeah.
them and all that stuff.
Was
Though
it the Isn't all the seasons of all the episodes of The Flash on Netflix?
Up to last season, I think so now. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
stuff. But stuff. Yeah. So the first, yeah, Superman and Lois is on Tuesday.
Cool.
Stuff, and I have to add that to the DVR and all that stuff. We are not the one thing. There is no crossover this year
Okay.
for these current seasons and all that stuff. It was originally supposed to be a Superman and Batwoman crossover because they were just gonna keep it small this year and all that stuff.
That's dope.
But that's no longer happening. I think it's because of COVID stuff.
Wait. Oh, okay.
I think it's because of COVID stuff and everything like that and
Most
everything.
likely.
And well, but though at the same time thinking about it, was like maybe it's nice and all that stuff, especially after doing Crisis and all that stuff. Like that was like a big thing in itself, and everything. And so maybe taking a break will be a good thing. And then maybe like who knows? Maybe some good things might come out of if we get a new show for and all that stuff. Because like we just lost, we're losing two more shows in this whole Arrowverse and all that stuff
Yeah.
after Arrow and all that stuff. And hopefully that figures out what to do and all that stuff to get everything going. Because like in all honest, like the crazy part is most of the shows that are still alive, that are still going to be alive, got renewed for a new season and all that stuff for those. So there is still that. Um,
We need Blue Beetle.
who knows? Who knows?
That'd be dope.
Who knows?
That'd be dope.
I heard they're supposed to do a movie, but I don't know anymore. But
Damn.
other than that, that's like uh, DC's in a cluster overall. DC on
This has
entertainment's in a
always been in a
cluster
cluster.
and all that stuff and everything like that.
I
Hopefully we
like
get some.
the X-Men movieverse.
Hopefully we get some stability. Like I think the fact that they're taking this more as a multiverse perspective than a whole single continuity thing. That's one universe. So like the Arrowverse is its own universe. The movies will be their own universe.
In a weird way, though, them introducing multiple universes isn't as cool as like Marvel waiting and then building to it.
No, it's
It's
true.
not as cool to me.
No, it's
It's
true.
it like Marvel feels more of like an anticipation
Well, yeah, because
when DC feels like,
the thing is, and then we'll probably talk about this when we get into WandaVision more. Um, like Marvel, like has been building this for so long, and it's just like they're now at that point where they can do anything, and the way they're approaching a multiverse in particularly is has been more better. The only reason why
yeah,
DC is now in the multiverse perspective because they kind of already messed up everything already.
yeah,
Not, in a,
yeah,
not and I don't mean that in like in a rude way. That's the best way I can say it and all
yeah,
that stuff because you have the shows were their own thing, pretty much. The movies are their own thing and all that stuff. And now you've already brought a solo Joker movie that has technically no relation to anything at all and all that stuff.
yeah.
You've released two shows on streaming services that has no relation to the other anything in particularly Titans and Stargirl and Swamp Thing. Though Swamp Thing ended abruptly, and I'm still kind of pissed because I was actually enjoying that show.
Yeah, something was dope.
Mm-hmm. And you're now now there's a technicality of maybe so like Stargirl Titans they're supposed to be their own thing, like their own universe on Earth. Though it may and all that stuff, you have they're supposed to do a Green Lantern show coming out on HBO Max. That's probably going to be its own Earth.
With Ryan Reynolds.
No, um, I can't believe you said that right now. Even Ryan Reynolds will look at you weird for saying that, for bringing that up.
Dude, that was so bad.
Uh, and everything.
Not even I liked it.
It's like these all these things. And if you watched Crisis on Infinite Earth, especially on that last episode where it gets to the end, it explains about now this new multiverse where it brings in where it's talking about all these other things and all that stuff. And that includes like Titans has his own Earth. Stargirl's on her is the new Earth 2. Um, the movies are its own thing. Even like the classic, the old Tim Burton Batman movies is its own universe, and everything for that, and along with some other stuff. So it's like they literally had to like, okay, this is it. This is our multiverse. This is what we're gonna do. But you can't.
No,
But you
just
have.
they just threw scheduling out of the window.
But
They
you
were like,
have
just
one
say it
Earth.
in one episode.
But you have one. You have one universe that's still convoluted in a way because you lost the Batman. You don't know what to do with Superman anymore, and all that stuff. And your best hope, Wonder Woman, kind of flopped already. Your Trinity already. The Trinity in that universe is already messed up and all that
Just
stuff.
make a new world. Just
I
start on a
mean,
new world.
hopefully with the Flash movie and the whole being based off Flashpoint does bring that does make that change. But the thing is though, at the same time, what do you do with your Trinity? Because they have to exist still, and all that stuff. The Batman, Superman,
Build
Wonder
up
Woman.
to them.
I know that, but I'm saying though, do you recast them? Do you keep? Do you somehow try to make sure to keep the other two along with
That's the hard
Wonder
part.
Woman? Yeah,
If you keep them, people are going
I
to
mean,
relate them to the original movies.
because the thing is, it's like Ben Affleck is gonna portray Batman in the Flash movie for this one, for the
Yeah.
Flash movie, and all that stuff. And it's like, what's gonna happen after? So it's like, so say like,
Bring back George Clooney.
no, don't
Why
do
not?
it.
Michael Keaton?
In all
How about
honesty,
Michael Keaton?
and all no, even though he's gonna be in the Flash movie for that version of Batman
Yeah.
and all that
That's
stuff,
going to be, I'm happy for that.
that I'm happy about. But the thing is, it's like, I think what has to happen is they have to go the whole new 52 route, and what that is pretty much they rebooted everything and all that stuff. They didn't know each other. They're pretty much younger and all that stuff too, and all that stuff. Superman's kind of a dick in a way, um, and all that
When
stuff.
hasn't he been?
Well, I mean like actual dick,
I mean,
an actual
I
dick.
mean, just because he is good guy does not mean he is good guy.
No, I mean stop,
How's
stop,
that? Hey, just
stop,
watch Wreck-It Ralph, okay?
stop. It wasn't even Wreck It Ralph.
Yeah, remember Zangief? He's like, just because I'm bad guy does not mean I am bad guy.
Oh, like
I just reversed it.
why did it sound like Whiplash from Iron Man 2 though when you said it? I was like, why is he always
Because I'm not good
Whiplash
at
from Iron Man
accents.
2?
Just because I'm not good at accents.
And
That's my best Russian
but no,
accent.
like cause he's this strong, he's kryptonian, he knows he has these powers and he knows like he can and all that stuff. If you watch Justice League War, which is their animated movies, and that's like started that's like their own kind of universe within those movies, which is way better than these live action ones. And all that stuff, highly recommend it. Um, and
The animations were always better, though, if you think about it.
yeah, but I mean like if you want to look at like on a DC connected style kind of thing, those those particular movies that came out from start that started with Superman War, and it gradually ended to just Superman War, Justice League War, and it ended with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Within those movies, they were all connected in some way with certain different movies, and it worked well, and all that stuff. And yes, it's animated, but still, it worked, and all that stuff. Now, hopefully that does. If it comes to that point of like resetting it to like that point, you recast most of your characters and all that stuff. Especially now since there's a bunch of other stuff happening on a legal standpoint with between certain people and Warner Brothers and all that stuff. That's hip pish posh there. That could be some.
With Henry Cavill?
No, uh,
Oh, good.
Ray Fisher, the one that played Cyborg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a pish posh thing. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And we'll see how that goes. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. Because here's the thing, I want it to do well. I want DC to do well with this movies because they have a ton of amazing characters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially for the fact that even though I don't read their comics a lot, I do know a bunch of the characters just based off the animated stuff and
Yeah,
everything.
we need Plastic Man.
Elongated, man.
Elongated Man. Mr. Fantastic of the DC. We need him. He needs his own movie. He was cool. He
I
was pretty
wouldn't
cool.
I wouldn't go as far as his own movie, but
He needs to be somewhere in here.
yeah, he needs to be somewhere.
He's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, what about Hot Girl? Isn't that a thing?
That's Hot Girl's a thing.
She's dope.
Hot Girl's a
Uh,
thing. Yeah, I'm saying, like I said, I wanted to do a,
that's all I know.
like I said, there's a rich set of characters in this whole DC universe and all that stuff. It doesn't have to be particularly like with for in Batman. You don't need to do Batman versus Joker all the time and all that stuff. And all that stuff. For Superman, it doesn't have to be Superman versus Lex Luthor and for that
Yeah.
stuff and everything like that. Wonder Wonder Woman. There's literally 15 million things you can do with her and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Way better than what 1984 did. No offense to Patty Jenkins, who's a great director and all that stuff. And I don't know if that was more on Warner Brothers and all that stuff, and or her, but that could have been a good movie in all honesty. Just what it was, how it was, how it was portrayed, and what it was set for. Um, do you keep Momoa? Do you cast Aquaman
I
for
mean,
that?
do you want to face backlash for?
It, hey, it's like
There'd be a lot of backlash.
there'll be backlash, but at the same time, it's like, is anyone excited for number two? Like,
Yeah, it
like?
depends.
No, in all honesty though, like in all that
Yeah,
stuff, like in all honesty, like
I guess it depends. It has to depend on what the thing's gonna be. If
like
it's gonna be like
like
a different version of Aquaman 1, no.
no, like because like I'm saying, it's like me and you are can agree like if Aquaman 2 Momoa's back, yeah, we'll be excited because we enjoyed the first one and we like Momoa
Yeah,
as that character and all that stuff. But in a general perspective, and especially if you're trying to build a universe and all that stuff, and you're
yeah,
trying to make these and you want to make these like somewhat drastic changes, do you have to make those decisions have to come to a point of like, do you recast, do you do this? We still got that Black Adam movie with The Rock still coming and all that stuff,
yeah.
which I
That's
think you should just skip that in general and all that stuff. No offense to The Rock,
yeah,
like that shouldn't even be a thing
yeah. Shazam didn't do nearly as good to
and all that stuff.
have a startup like a, especially with all that's going on. Shazam's not kind of like lost. Other than when it first came out, it's kind of like lost already.
Yeah.
Like you gotta like somehow promote that more. I don't know.
Uh, but I don't know. Like I hope like I said, on the movie perspective, I hope they figure out what they do and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I really do. I would love to see a movie style universe for within DC characters and all that stuff. There's like I said, there's a lot of characters you can build off and all that stuff, and you can do this. You can
Teen Titans would
that
be dope.
I can see that as a DC universe show sideshow
Yeah,
in a way, but it's connected to the
and then
movies.
with also with making it
It's
appearances in movies. Yeah,
yeah, connected to the movies and everything. Um, but it's like you have the platform that you can do something with movies. You have HBO Max. You can do something there. You're kind of doing something there already, but you're kind of screwing it up at the same time also. Um,
yeah.
and I just wanted to work. In all honesty, it's like literally, it's like if you reset this whole thing, what you can do is pretty much do Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman as your Trinity solo movies and all that stuff. You can literally just do Superman adult. Doesn't You can do flashbacks some here and there and all that stuff. It can be
Bring in Arnold Schwarzenegger again.
what
What was he? Freeze? Doctor Freeze?
I said Superman. Where did Doc? How
I
does
know what I'm trying to add to the new.
how does Doctor no Doctor Freeze stays in Batman stuff. Don't put him in in a different thing, okay? Like I get what you're trying
No,
to do.
not the Superman. Like put him in a new Batman film.
I'm talking about Superman right now. Why are you pushing? Can I get to each three first? All three first? Each one first?
What the hell?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Always jumping the gun.
Hey, my bad.
Stuff like keep it young. You don't need to have Lex. Oh, I just lost Manny and all that stuff. We'll get him back in the bit. But what I was trying to say is for the fact is oh wait, Manny, did I lose you? Did we get you? What's
Yeah, I'm
happening?
back. I'm back.
Okay, okay.
You see me?
I, s-
You see me?
I mean you're there, but I don't see you. Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
There
You
we
saw
go.
Dale Earnhardt for a little bit.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Uh, it's like you don't have to have Lex. He can be someone in the background in a way, like he is, like Lex Industries,
Manipulating all these.
like Lex Industries does exist and everything like that, all that stuff. Like make this like him now coming to Metropolis, him being all doing all this stuff and everything like that, and all stuff. He's already found out about this Fortress of Solitude. He already knows about the suit and everything like that. He has a suit and everything. This is just now his foray into this and all that stuff. Batman. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now. Have him young. No more mid young bullshit. Similar to what you're doing with the Batman right now, where he's supposed to be this. He's just now into the foray of this stuff and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
is finding his footing. Similar to that, but of course you're probably gonna have to make it a little more, not lighter, but consistent with the universe.
Less dark.
Consistent with the universe in a way
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Don't do any. I say don't do any of the big bads and all that stuff. Start with the gangs and all that stuff.
What about Bane?
I just said don't start with any of the big
No,
bads.
I'm saying no. I'm not saying in the first movies. I'm saying like in the future, would you like to see a Bane that's better than what we had in?
No,
No,
you've done it twice. Horrible. They've not done well.
I liked it the first one. The
You like
Poison Ivy Bane.
no. That's a
I thought he was
disgrace.
dope.
That was a
I thought he was
disgrace.
dope.
That was a
But then I read the
disgrace.
comics. But I thought he was dope
That
as a
was a
kid,
disgrace.
especially.
Like, see, you see, that's the thing. You don't read the comics. I know who Bane is
Yeah,
really, and all that stuff. And that right there is a disgrace to that Bane, to Bane, and all that stuff. Cause,
yeah.
and all that stuff. Like Dark Knight Returns Bane is somewhat closer to that, but eh, of what you.
I didn't care for. I liked it the way he played it in Dark Knight Returns, but I didn't like the actual outfit. It made sense for how they did it in the story, but I liked it the outfit
How he looked.
from yeah. I liked it the comic book accurate outfit.
Mm-hmm. Um,
But
but no, like I was gonna say, you start small. Do like the whole like the gangs, all the gangs that are in Gotham and all that stuff.
yeah,
Do with that, but you have characters similar to like how Gotham, how the show Gotham, how it started. Like
yeah.
the characters are there, but they're not the villain. They're not the villains yet, and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
So
And it
you
slowly builds up to them
and they
becoming
and
villains.
they slow up. They slow up here and there and all that stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman. I think for Wonder Woman in particularly, she it's okay. Yeah, here we go. It's similar to the original first movie, but it's in modern day though.
Oh yeah.
How
Okay.
she's still on the island and everything like that. She won't she's not gonna leave until something happens. But this is more in modern day. And I honestly have everything pretty much semi set up for Justice League War in a way and all that stuff. And if nobody's
Okay.
watched that animated movie, I do recommend watching that. And all that stuff because that's what it just brings everyone together. But you don't do that immediately. You slowly
You
do.
build.
You slowly do that, and then you can add it. And then like for the other heroes, like if you want to say, because that team consisted of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Cyborg. If I and Shazam, if I remember correctly, it was seven of them. What you do there? So the three will get their own movies. The three will get their own movies before that. The four though, either one of them gets another movie, and the other three are already are starting within one of those movies and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So particularly like say Cyborg. Say if we do Flash gets his own movie, but Cyborg is more implemented in the Flash one because his dad works in Star Labs and all that stuff. If I remember correctly, and all that stuff, and that can help
He
out a
works for
way.
Stark Industries.
Star Labs. If I remember correctly, again apologize. Like my DC knowledge is not as big and all that for that stuff and all that stuff. But I'm trying to like figure it out and all that stuff of what I can think of. And figuring like he's there, his son's there, and then like that gives the implements of like mother boxes also, which leads into the Justice League thing also, and for that stuff, and maybe Green Lantern probably gonna get his own movie, maybe.
Do you?
I I think you can do a movie. You can do a movie if you do it right and all that stuff
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and that's more the fact of finding the right person, finding the right story, and providing the right villain
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and make it. You can literally make his origin story in modern day in a way. Somehow make sure it ties in with the upcoming with the Justice League one, and he's in there. And then for Shazam, of course, he's a kid. You can put him in any of the three. Probably Superman more particularly, maybe. And all that stuff. Probably Superman and all that stuff.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah, probably Superman and all that stuff, maybe. Um, you can do the and all that stuff, and that could be just Billy or the whole orphan or Billy with the other kids and all that stuff. That way, there's somewhat of a story. That's where there's somewhat of a little thing right there, and then it leads to all that other stuff. Or even heck, just put Billy in the Justice League thing because that's how he start and all that stuff. And he starts in Justice League and then becomes Shazam. That's fine right there. As long as you can bring that story shortly and quickly into that, that works and all that stuff. That can work. No, and all that stuff. So it's like it can work. It's just making sure you plan it all right. Like you do
Yeah.
like I say you do Superman, Batman, first year the first year for their first year. The next year can be Wonder Woman and Flash, and then the next year, uh, that's where Justice League comes in and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, because didn't Avengers 1 come out like a year after the first movie, right?
No,
Didn't it come out like a year after Iron Man 1?
no,
Or 2 years?
it's like 3 years.
See, dude, take their formula. No, don't take it, but
I mean,
you
it
know.
will work. I think it can work, and then excuse me,
Mhm.
and just properly do everything right and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like I said, it's like the thing is also but with the animated stuff, it already had established stuff already. There was already established villains. There was already established everything else and that stuff within those animated stuff. But I think within this real world stuff, like they are already heroes in their names, in a way, and all that stuff. Except Diana, because she'll be jumping into the world for the first time with this plan. But like I said, it's like don't don't implement those villains in immediately. Give them something to start with.
Yeah.
Give them something.
Don't just jump into like a big bad.
Yeah, like and then maybe those like I said, just make sure you have your connections and all that stuff and everything to it, and all that stuff of something here, something there, and all that stuff. Um, Bring the connection to the whole Dark Side Mother Box stuff, which I will say, should be will lead into Justice League as their actual villain and all that stuff, or somewhat to that protection in the way the connection. Don't do the whole Thanos thing. Make Darkseid the overarching phase thing of the whole
Yeah.
of that whole phase of that whole arc.
Universe.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Make Darkseid the whole thing. If you have someone, I don't know. See, Darkseid's like is an equivalent to Thanos, but I don't know what's beyond that besides him as an overarching universal villain and all that stuff beyond
Yeah.
these people within DC in particularly, and that's sad. In all honesty, um, and I hope that works and all that stuff. But I digress. Um, we're getting a little long into this episode, so we will we will skip the other topic we had, and we'll just go straight into WandaVision.
Okay, hold on. Let me just set this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I little a little sneak peek. I like to game. Ricky, do you like to game? You like to play games? Do
Yes.
you enjoy playing games? Do you enjoy your consoles?
Where are you
You
going with
enjoy
this?
Xbox, PlayStation? 'Cause there's a new console coming out
You didn't put this in the
that is
dock.
gonna overthrow all
Can
consoles.
you stop it with the Soldier Boy
Um,
BS?
dude, it's gonna be awesome, dude.
So,
The
okay,
Soldier Boy's new console is
to
gonna
make
be
this
amazing.
to make this quick, what is supposed to be different about besides having pirated cop stuff in there?
Better graphics. That's what I got from it after the whole 30-minute, 20-minute video on it that I watched was literally almost the same games, better graphics,
So it's still
and
a,
supposedly it's gonna be better made.
it's still a pirated box, just better graphics.
Pretty much, yeah.
Moving on. That doesn't
Um,
that should just get a cease and desist just before it even
I
bothers
heard
to
I
even
heard rumors is gonna have online capability,
whatever,
which I don't think I'd want to connect to my internet.
whatever. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
It's gonna be awesome.
WandaVision episode 7. I don't remember the
Yep,
title of this name of this episode. Uh, what do we think?
the return of Quicksilver. No,
No, it's not. First things first. First things first. Were you one of the people expecting to see Reed Richards?
no.
Okay. Oh, before we go.
And
Oh,
for,
also spoilers. Forgot to mention that. This will be
yeah,
spoiler friendly
yeah.
and all that stuff.
You should probably put that on before you said the thing about Reed Richards.
No, that's been a thing. People have been knowing that for like been talking about it for the last week and a half, so they can't say anything.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people were bummed though when it was just like some
Oh,
random
I believe it.
character.
Here's the thing, like,
Because
cause
she doesn't even have ties in the comics. It's just a randomly generated person.
it doesn't matter. Wait,
Yeah.
what do you mean ties? Explain.
Like, because I like researched like to try to see if I can find anybody with her name,
Who?
and I haven't found her in Marvel Comics.
Who?
The scientist that she talks to.
That's not a scientist. I don't think that was a scientist. The scientist she was referring to.
I'm pretty sure it was her.
But here's like, okay, before we go further, um, here's the thing: the fact that that started like that early to meet the person and all that stuff, I had automatically was like, we're not seeing him. We're not going to see him
Yeah,
and
if
all
it
that
was
stuff.
gonna be him, it would have been like towards the end of the episode.
It had to be like that special reveal
Yeah,
and all that stuff. It had to be because
yeah.
you don't expect the way that
He's
people
not
were,
just yeah.
especially how people were getting excited and like which to their degree, like yeah, it made sense in a way of what was
Yeah,
of what people were pitching this theory based off the show so far and all that
yeah.
stuff and all that stuff. Like yeah, I can understand that, but at the same time, it's like I don't think you just introduce them just like somewhat
Boom.
somewhat in the beginning of the episode and all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
then again, this is a show.
you
This isn't
could.
a movie. It's hard at the same time.
Yeah,
And all that stuff. But I was like, I wasn't. For me, like, if it happens, I'll be excited still. But it was like, I was going into this episode like, I will not be surprised if he doesn't show up and all that stuff in
yeah.
this episode. I will not be surprised. Um, and I was just like, so it was like, as soon as it got to that part where it was like, they're already there and they're about to meet the people to check the thing out. Already, I was like, this is a group of people. This is not someone you're just meeting. You're meeting and all that stuff. This is like a total
Close
crew
the
of
window.
people. It's like I don't think you're gonna meet him like this
Yeah,
and all for that. And I don't specifically, but the thing is though, at the same time, it's like I don't think the person she talked to was the person she was referring to
I think
beforehand.
it was
I don't think it was. I don't think that's the Arrow engineer that she's talking about.
the aerospace engineer.
yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think the person she talked to when they met. I don't think that was her. I don't think she was that person. That and all that stuff. I do think it's.
I'll have
I
to rewatch it, but
what I think is there was someone she talked to of getting that vehicle set up and everything.
and he got that for, or he or she got that and sent it to them with those people.
Exactly, and all that stuff. And all that stuff. That's my theory to it. That's how I believe it. Is it still Reed Richards? Honestly, I don't know.
Could be.
And all that stuff and everything. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to say that people that theorize Reed Richards are like were wrong for that and all that stuff. But no, because it makes like for what they were, how people were talking about, and then plus these are people that have credible comic knowledge and all that stuff from who I when I check this stuff out and everything like that. And I can and I
Yeah.
don't and I will like totally listen to it and everything. But at the same time, for me, it was just more for the fact that it was like I don't want to push myself to something to that big of a reveal, especially after the fact of like one, this show was supposed to be the third installment of this Phase Four thing, not the first one. Two,
Yeah.
this is coming off. This show was already set up and ready to go before they officially made the announcement that they're going to make a Fantastic Four movie and all that stuff because we don't know for sure if, in all honesty, if this has will have a connection to that in the future in some way because of like saying this person is Reed Richards. And of course, there's the other option is there is supposed to be this one more big cameo that's supposed to happen in this show
Yeah, because
and
they
all that stuff.
confirmed it hasn't came out yet.
Yeah, has it? Have they said that it hasn't happened yet? So I mean, there is somewhat hope in there and all that stuff, but it could be someone else. So it's like I'm not tempering my expectations that high with it and all that stuff. So it's like I'm gonna be right. I'm trying to enjoy the show. Which this episode, people can say like this is probably one of the not a let, but more of the slower paced ones that where it slowed
Yeah.
down and all that stuff. But at
It's
this,
a builder episode. It's like a builder episode,
it's a
I feel like.
yeah, it's a build up.
Because I wouldn't call it a filler.
It's not a
It's more
filler.
of like a build up. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's a
more of a
build
build up,
up.
which is totally fine and all that stuff and everything like that. Because when you go through so many episodes of so many big stuff happening, you need. I don't know if you need to
Yeah,
take
a
another
calm
break.
down.
Yeah, you need something to
Yeah.
calm you down at least. I think this episode was perfect for it, especially at the end when Agnes is actually Agatha.
Agatha Hargreaves.
Yeah, which everyone called. Of course, everyone's gonna call. Of course, like I think here's the thing.
The name was way too similar.
Well, I think for
And
Agnes,
she was wearing the button thing, right?
but I think for
The
Agnes,
like
yeah. But if it's like if you're a person that just watches the MCU and all that stuff with not that much comic knowledge to yourself and all that
yeah,
stuff,
you wouldn't have known.
you probably would have known and all that stuff. Because I had 15 people. I had people like
Also, yeah. Oh, go on.
I was like
No, you continue.
because I had people that talked to me was all surprised by that and everything, like actual surprised by it and everything
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And that's because, and I know that some of them don't have comic knowledge to it also.
Do I know these people?
Yes,
You're gonna tell me who after. Um. Anyways, how cool was that Monsters intro when they revealed it was her?
that
That
whole
was so tight.
that whole
That
thing
was awesome.
that whole thing was amazing. And
That
all,
was awesome. I love how they used the monsters for that one.
yeah.
Um, what about post credit
Can
or
we
mid credit? My bad.
can we talk about like the rest of the episode before we get to that stuff?
All right, so it starts off very Modern Family-ish. She what they pulled it off amazing. It felt like Modern Family. Getting in the 2010s. So like it pans back to them talking to the camera like in a POV interview shoot. Um, and then Wanda's going through this whole thing that this stuff is changing, but she can't control it really. She did the whole milk thing. Did you notice the missing child's thing on the milk box, milk carton?
Yes.
I feel like that's going to be a setup for something as well. Um, let me
Probably
see.
looking too
Why did
much
she
into
sniff
that.
the milk? That was weird.
Probably thinking too much into that, but I guess into the
I
Mistress
feel like
Child.
it could do. I don't think it's going to be something amazing. I feel like it's gonna set something minor up. It's gonna be like say something like maybe like um one of the kids that she was using during the trick or treating episode. Maybe that's one of them or something. I don't know. But I don't think it's gonna set like, oh, that's the child of this dude that turns into this dude. I don't. It's not gonna be that. Um, I feel like this is gonna be like a subtle thing, like, oh, that's one of the kids that was taken from his family or something. Let me see what else happens. And then Agatha comes in when she's sitting on the couch with her boys. Um, when Wanda uses her powers just without caring, so that's kind of funny. Agatha walks in, basically convinces her to take like a break from being a mother. Takes her to her house. And the kind of creepy moment when like he's like, "I like you because you're quiet," and he's like, "On the inside." That's creepy. If a kid told me that, I wouldn't be scared, but like I'd be like, "What the crap?" You know what I mean?
Well,
This
cause
is a
that,
weird thing to say for a kid.
well, cause that
Uh,
doesn't that just mean she's hiding something?
yeah, but it's still creepy
How?
here. Like if a kid told you, "I like you because you're quiet on the inside," what do you tell them? That's pretty creepy. If
No,
like a random kid told you,
if a random kid told me that,
yeah.
I've been like, that's because it's not your business. What do I do?
Uh, um, so that happens. Wanda, what happens? They're playing the whole thing with Vision, where Wanda's kind of setting up traps to get him from entering the city.
But is
They
it
kind of
Wanda
play on
though?
that. That's the question. That's really the question. Because they're trying to like say it's Wanda, but at this point they still think it's Wanda that's controlling the thing. Just the fact
No,
that they don't know the
I think after finding out about Agnes, and then of course even before finding out
they
about
don't know
Agnes.
about Agnes. Yeah.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying though. It's like what I'm saying though. I think even before Agnes, the reveal, I think people like not them, but I think people that watch the show kind of figured out that it's someone else besides Wanda controlling the whole hex and everything like that.
No, I'm saying the people what you call it? Darcy and Vision think it's Wanda,
No, no,
not
no,
people.
no, 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 no. That I understand. Where I was
Oh,
just
you
trying
think
to
the
say.
people outside the Hex?
I think no, no, no. What I'm saying, yeah. Well, besides like Monica and besides like Monica and most likely. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying as a. I mean, I'm talking about the viewers. I was just talking about the viewers.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
meant.
Okay.
That's what I meant, which I said
Oh,
already.
okay.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
saying. That's all.
Yeah, so they still think it's, they're trying to allude to the fact that Wanda's putting up all these obstacles to stop Vision from entering the town. We get a really funny scene when like Vision just shoots out of the van. Hilarious, and then she's like, "I'll wait." And then, the construction thing on the stoplights and stuff like that. Let's see what else happens. Am I missing anything? I can't think of any more in the episode. My mind
I'm
went blank.
surprised.
You want to continue?
I'm just surprised that you're like just you're trying to go through the whole episode. Where I was like, when I was just referring to like, well, how about we just ask simple things within the episode? You don't have to try to redo the whole thing
Mm, yeah.
and stuff.
But
I
then
mean,
we get a Friends reference in the intro for Wanda and Vision. No, not Friends. The Office. My bad.
the
We get an
intro.
Office.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
intro.
we get an Office intro saying Wanda. That was hilarious because Wu being in the Office. Uh, or the actor who plays Wu, not Wu literally. The actor who plays Wu is in the Office.
Oh no,
Not
that no,
actually Wu. That'd be really weird.
no, no. I know. I was gonna saying. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, and then we get this cool scene when she's like going through the hex and she's like all the different versions of her
Pretty much
and she's hearing
Monica
yeah she's
finally getting her powers.
yeah and then like you're hearing talking from like her mom from Captain Marvel and like you hear like clips from that from her mom talking and stuff like that
And Captain
and then she's
Marvel.
like going through the hex yeah then when she breaks through finally it's like she has her power she can see what I believe is energy I feel is energy I'm not sure.
Photon energy.
Yeah, so like she sees it from like the power lines radiating, she sees it from the houses and stuff like that.
Mm.
So that's really cool. She has like blue eyes. She gets a suit kind of like what she has in the comics. Just it says shield or not shield. She it has
Sword.
sword.
The
It's
okay.
like a
So the outfit that she was wearing somewhat reminiscent
yeah,
of her costume. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. So I thought that was kind of nice. It was like a modern. It was like a movie version of what she has in the comics. So that was really cool. Um, and then we get her trying to go and tell Wanda and stuff like that, and Wanda like throws her out, obviously, and tries to like throw. And then when she slams her down, it looks like she's using her powers, like very little, but still really cool.
It is usually she
She has
was
like a
using
lot.
she was using her powers.
Yeah, well, she was, but like very,
You make
very
it
little of her power. Like I
you
wasn't like
make it no. See, why do you make it sound like she's not doing much when she is?
well, she is, but like compared to the power she has, that's not really anything.
Well, because she's just trying to make sure she's just trying not to fall and hurt her and
Yeah,
die. It's not and all that stuff. You're making it
I
seem
don't think
like
it would have
you're
killed her.
you're making it sound like she was like she didn't like she should have just like stopped and then blast something out at Wanda and something like that so quickly. Like no,
That would have been cool though. That would
and
have been
all
cool.
that stuff.
And there's like a scene where Wanda's like, basically she's like, Wanda, you're not the bad guy, and she's and Wanda's like, what if I am, or something like that. I think that's how it went roughly. I'm paraphrasing stuff. I'm just trying to like, get through it to see if you add the stuff. That's mainly what I'm doing. I'm going through the episode to see if you add anything. That's why I'm stopping a lot. Uh, and then, Agnes comes over and stops her when she's like, she's like, do it. And they're like gonna have a fight. And it's like, oh, you'll see. And then Agnes kind of comes over and calms Wanda down. She's like, I think you've overstayed your welcome and all that stuff. And then that's when Agnes takes her to the house. And then that's when Wanda realizes where the kid's at. And she looks at a bunny and she looks at a bug. Now I don't know if those are the kids.
No,
I feel like that I don't know.
no.
But she asked her where the kids are. Agnes is like, they're probably playing in the basement, which I don't know why kids would be playing in the basement. That's a dangerous place. You got tools, you got sharp things, you got
Oh my
nails.
God, Manny.
That's bad for kids to be playing in.
Not all
Um,
basements have that. Not all basements have that.
I mean, you can have like just rusty nails down there.
Manny,
You can
stop.
have pipes.
Manny, why do
They
you
can
always think
hit
of the
their head.
worst? Why do you
It's
think of
it's dangerous.
why are you
It's
looking at
dangerous.
the
You
worst
shouldn't
side
let
of
your kids
basements?
play.
Why are you looking at the worst part of basements? Oh my God, have you not watched Stranger Things? Their
Yeah,
basement would look fine.
that's not the way my basement looks.
That's
Um,
your basement though.
um, anyways, unless your basement looks like Stranger Things basement, don't let your kids play in basements. Hello. Always have a parental vision. If you know something's dangerous down there, that's bad. You know, that's horrible. You shouldn't let them be playing in the basement around. Anyways,
Thank you for
Wanda
the
goes down to the basement.
thank you
She
for the
opens the basement
PSA
door.
on that. Thank you for the PSA on that.
Just trying to keep these kids safe.
Oh my
Um,
God.
anyways, Wanda opens the basement door. She looks down the stairs. You
Oh
see
wait,
these
hold
weird
on.
looking viney thingies.
Hold on. Before you
Oh,
say
okay.
anything, when you mentioned the bunny and the bug, and then saying that probably the kids, the reason why I already said no because the bunny has already been in more than one episode already. Before the
Yeah,
kids
but
are born.
I was saying because of the bug.
You were more saying it because of the bug.
Yeah, because why
Okay,
was the bug there?
it's not the bug then.
Anyways, so she opens the basement. She goes down the basement. She sees like a kind of weird looking, it's really dark thing. Got no light in there. Really bad. You should always have a light in your basement because just in case you don't know what's down there. Could be a two before. You don't know. Anyways, so she goes inside and then she sees like these weird looking corridor thingies and she sees like these vines with like blue purple emanating from them, right? And it's like drawing her in, right? So she goes in, right? And she's like, what the crap? And she sees like an evil Doctor Strange book, right? Glowing, and like and like
The dark
stuff
mold.
is coming out of it.
The
Yeah,
dark
like
mold, as our comics experts have been saying.
yeah, that's the name of it. I couldn't remember the name of it. Anyway, so she sees that, right? And then she sees
I'm
these
not
weird
saying.
corridors with like a
Hold on.
bunch of
Hold on. Hold on.
oh god.
Hold on. Before we go further, not that I'm saying it is the dark mold. That's from comic experts that I've been
Yeah.
watching and knowing of. That's what people are comparing it, or what it could be.
I thought it was the dark hold
Mold. I think it's I don't
mold.
something like that. I don't remember.
It's one of those. Anyways, so anyway, so she sees that, she notices that, she's like, that's weird. Why is that book glowing? You know what I mean? At Barnes and Noble. Anyways, so she looks around the room, right? There's some skulls, there's some weird looking carvings, there's some purple stuff glowing and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden Agnes comes on the screen holding her bunny, right? And
Apologies.
then
Hold
she
on.
like she
Apologies. It is
okay.
the dark hold. Apology. Dark
Oh, I
hold.
was right. Okay,
Dark
cool.
hold.
I was right. Okay. Yeah, so we see that and then like I said, Agnes comes out and she reveals herself as Agatha Hargreaves, right? she's petting her bunny and all this stuff. She got like the little necklace thing on. She looking fly, you know what I mean? And so then it cuts to the it cuts to the monsters intro, right? Where it reveals like that Agatha's been behind it the whole time, and then she actually killed the dog, which is messed up. That was messed up. I'm gonna call Peter on Agatha. Anyways, so she kills the dog, and then it looks like she mind controls her because like you see her eyes glass over with like a purplish glow. Then it cuts to credits, right? Anyways, then the mid credit. I'm pausing a lot, so see if you want to chime in on
Yeah,
anything.
pause it.
Ricky.
Like you pause when when I don't want to say something, but when I try to say something, it's like you're trying to continue to keep talking when I'm trying to do say something, and I'm like, bruh,
Oh,
give me like let me talk.
just cut it. I'll know that you want
I
to say
am
something, and I'll
trying.
stop.
That's what I'm trying to do half the time.
And
You
then
know,
stop. Anyways, so yeah, so that happens. In mid credit scene, uh, you know, uh, she goes and she opens the doors, right? Well, she looks around first. She looks inside the house, and she's like, there's nobody there. So she opens the thing, and she sees a bunch of like vines, and then like glowing purple and all this stuff. And then Quicksilver's like, Snooper's gonna snoop, and then it cuts to credits. Ricky, what's your thoughts on that episode?
I said I enjoyed it. I liked it. I was saying.
No, like as in like you know points in the story that were cool. I
First
mean,
of
the
all,
dark holds in there.
first things first. We didn't mention Hayward. He's still alive and everything like
Oh
that,
yeah,
and all that stuff. Still being a jerk and all that stuff. I'm kind of interested in this whole theory of him being Ultron. From what I've been hearing,
Voltron.
Ultron.
Oh, you cut out. I thought you said Voltron. I was like, what? I was like,
Um,
you mean we gonna have Lion Force in here?
so yeah, he's still there. He still has a command post set up or outside the hex and everything. Um, let's see here. Darcy being in the things as a circus attraction was interesting. Uh,
It was funny how she was the escape artist.
yeah,
Being that she was chained to the car. That was pretty funny.
she couldn't apply she couldn't try out for the bearded lady, hence no beard
Yeah,
and all that stuff,
yeah.
which sucked.
I was
Um,
up for that role as well.
and all that stuff. And then I say the chemistry between Vision and Darcy was fun was a good time to see and all that stuff, especially when it was like
Yeah.
when Vision was like, so I'm dead,
She's like,
and
yeah, what kind
she's playing like she
of?
was like and she's like all explaining to it and he's like why would I do that and all that stuff to save the universe
Yeah, and she's like, well, I mean, they got there just after a few steps.
and all that stuff. Like there was more to it. Yeah, it was if skipping a few steps. He's like, I pretty much died and revived and died again and all that stuff. And he's like, pretty
She's like,
much
yeah, pretty much.
and all that stuff. Like admitting to like mentioning to her that also Darcy mentioned to him that at watch due to watching the episodes, she knows that their love is actually that their love is real and everything.
Yeah,
Though everything else is like not real, pretty much, and all stuff. So it's like that point right there. You notice to see like Vision, though it's like he knows he feels trapped in something. He knows at the same time something is wrong with Wanda, and
yeah.
he wants to help her and all that stuff. Which we'll probably see in these next couple episodes. Like there might come to a point where him and her are working together and all that stuff and everything, or it's like Monica somehow convinces Wanda about everything and all that stuff, and then some other things happen. Um, what else was there?
Oh,
Uh,
that scene where they were like fighting, and then she utters the word. She's like, "No more mutants," and then all the mutants get wiped out over the Earth.
why are you bringing
That
up
was cool.
a comic thing
Oh,
and bringing up a line in a comic book that has that brings up a group of people that don't exist in the MCU yet?
and then her brother gets wiped off their face of the earth as well.
And all that stuff. Uh, Monica going into the hex and getting like her powers finally coming into fruition. That was a that was an amazing scene. Love the scene,
That was minty.
and for that one, and of course, yeah. Also, with you mentioning about how the the cost the what she had on does resemble of her comic attire
Shit.
and all that stuff, which was cool. Which I noticed first on. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And all that stuff.
Yeah, stuff.
Does it lead into something in the future? We don't know for sure
Maybe.
because and all that stuff. Sometimes not all these heroes have the same outfit of what their comics representation shows in a way.
No. Look, Scarlet Witch. Or, sorry, Wanda.
Wanda is an example of that, and Hawkeye in some degree.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Like, I'm glad we didn't get no big fight. In all honesty,
Yeah, me too.
between Wanda and Monica, it's like the fact it's like it feels like it's for some odd reason like for an MCU show not having much action is a good thing
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and it feels like it's like it's saved. It's gonna be saved towards the end of this and all that stuff because they
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Especially compared to Falcon and Soldier, I feel like that's gonna be more action.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like a good thing to like take a little break until the end of WandaVision and then have Falcon and Soldier more of like an
We've
action
already
based.
we've already had a year and a half break from the MCU in general. I think
Yeah.
and hot stuff.
True.
I'm just saying it's like though it's like it's not it's even though we haven't had action in a long time, the way of the show is though is not intended to have that kind of stuff probably most likely. It's nice to see and all that stuff, and then not them fighting does help. You can tell also when Monica's talking to Wanda, Wanda feels like she knows Monica is telling her the truth and all that stuff, but at the same time, it's like it's just the trauma she's going through that's just is what's holding her back to reach out
To accept it. Yeah.
and all that stuff, and of course with Ag- Agnes in the fray and decided to cut in short of that conversation. So that just and all
Yeah.
that stuff. When I was say, I want to know.
Anything?
I'm trying to think. I was trying to think.
No.
Again, as I mentioned it in the beginning, and I'll say it again. I'm not upset that we didn't get Reed Richards or whoever this person is going to be. If that person exists, of who this arrow engineer is an actual person and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I like the fact of the theories that led up to him being Reed Richards and all that stuff, which makes it exciting. But that's the thing about what I like about this show in general is the misdirection of it,
Yeah.
all that stuff, because it's like it's just the theories just keeps it interesting and more interesting and all that stuff, which is fun about it. That's why I'm like, if I don't get Reed Richards at the end of this series of this season, I'm totally fine with it and all that stuff
Yeah.
and everything. If people are gonna be upset about it, that's on them.
True.
Um,
Is there any characters you wish Marvel would introduce?
in this show,
No, just in general,
not
like
really,
into the MCU.
not
Really?
really. Well,
Yeah.
because like here's the thing. Fantastic Four is gonna be introduced pretty soon. Most likely, X Men is gonna get introduced pretty soon and all that stuff. So that right there is like already my or X Men in general is already already the thing that I'm looking forward to already, no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's not officially announced, I do know it's on the horizon and all that stuff, and it's gonna
Yeah.
happen, it's most likely gonna happen, and all that stuff. And if these theories in WandaVision do be somewhat come true in a way of this being the somewhat of the kickoff to that, um, then that just gets me more excited. I mean, Blade's gonna be coming to the MCU. I mean,
True.
I like more. Spider Man is in the MCU and all that stuff, and I like the fact that he is more of the teenager and the kid of learning
Yeah, I love that part.
and all that stuff. This isn't an adult. This isn't an adult Spider Man that we've established already, with the exception, somewhat to the exception of Amazing Spider Man, because even though he was graduating high school and all that
I think
stuff.
he was in college.
No,
Well, I always thought he was in college.
that was high school.
Oh,
and all that stuff.
um, I have a couple. Um, I mean, we obviously know that eventually the X-Men will join in, so I'm okay with that. We obviously know Ursa Major is going to be in Black Widow.
You say that.
Um, I'm pretty sure.
You're theorizing that. Don't try to put it. Don't try to
Yeah.
put stuff in other people's mouths.
I'm theorizing personally that Ursa Mage is going to be in Black Widow, so that's a hero that's already out of the way for me. I do have two more. I have Captain Universe and I have Nova. Those two I'm really hoping join the MCU. I don't really care when, just I do want them to eventually make their way into the MCU.
I see Nova more likely than Captain Universe.
Yeah, Captain Universe is kind of hard due to the fact that it happens whenever the universe is in danger, so it'd be a little bit harder to do. I mean, I guess you can do it within the whole Thanos now because it did do half of the universe, but I mean, they weren't. You can't just throw them in like that. That has to be set, like it has to be set up.
There has to be
Um,
expectation for that. And the thing is about Ultimate
yeah,
Captain Universe. It's the thing is about Captain Universe of how that person is portrayed. That Captain Universe as an entity has to take over a host. It's a
yeah,
host
exactly. That's what I'm
hosts
saying.
that.
It has to be set up.
So the thing is, it's like
Like,
it needs a host, but the thing is, it goes to a different host in particularly, and all that stuff. So
yeah,
that's what makes it hard about that
yeah.
character and all that stuff.
And especially it's hard to like because then you have to be recasting anytime you have to do use him due
Yeah,
to the fact like what you said, it's an entity that takes over a host. But I know he was in Spider-Man for some one time. Think who else was he in? He was in someone else. I know he was Spider-Man for one time. He took over Spider-Man one time. Spider-Man
oh,
became yeah, not Mr. Universe was Spider-Man. I'm saying, well, technically speaking, yeah, I guess you're right. Spider-Man was Mr. Universe at one point.
yeah. I was gonna say.
Um,
I was like, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? You just said that he took over Spider Man.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's true.
Spider-Man was Mr. Universe. Mr. Universe wasn't Spider-Man. That's what I should say.
That was
Um.
Captain
Anyways. So he'd be kind of hard, but I mean, it'd be really cool to see him. Um. Nova, obviously, I'm a big Nova fan. Really liked it, his story.
Wait, which
I feel
Nova?
like they could do something with him.
Which Nova? There's two of them
What's his name?
in the comics.
The little boy.
Sam Alexander.
What's his name? Yeah. No,
I can
I
see
really
that.
liked it. That I really liked it, the story.
I can see that one
That was nice. Yeah, that's the one that makes the most sense too for the MCU. I feel like.
for Sam.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like it would make the most sense. Um, And then, yeah, like I said, Ursa Major is coming in, and then also we got the X-Men, so you got Wolverine coming in.
You think Ursa Major's coming in? Quit making it sound like it's confirmed.
I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. I have to get, I'll have to get, I can send you a couple stuff for next episode to tell you why I think it's confirmed. I have to get it all together though.
No, you think it's confirmed. No, you think he could be in the movie. Don't quit saying confirmed because you're making it sound like he's actually in the movie when you don't know
No,
that.
once I bring up the information next Wednesday, I'll bring information proving why I think it's confirmed in Black Widow the
That
movie.
sounds
I'll
that
bring information.
that sounds better.
Yeah, it does. So wait till next Wednesday, and you guys will be believers as well. For those of you who don't know, Ursa Major is a bear. Um, that possesses the dude possesses his he can speak and he can like think like a regular human and like understand English and all that stuff, or
Is
technically Russian, I guess if you want to say.
isn't he
He's in
is isn't he originally a human?
yeah,
Okay.
but like I'm saying like when he's a bear, he doesn't he can still think and stuff as his human form. He's good friends with Red Guardian. He was in the Russian Avengers, I guess you can say. Not the Revengers.
The
I'm trying to
Revengers.
think of like a Russian name for the Avengers.
Isn't
But I
there
can't remember their name. Their
I was
name.
gonna say,
There
don't
was a
they
name.
have
I
an
can't
actual
remember.
name?
Yeah, but he was with Red Guardian in that team. That's why it does make sense. One, that's a reason Red Guardian's in it. That's not the only reason. There's a whole lot more believable reasons for it. I'll get on that next Wednesday. Remember, I can't remember the name, but he is a mutant, so that's the hard part. But there's other ways they can work around it because technically there's not mutants in the MCU yet due to the fact that WandaVision was supposed to be the third installment
The Winter
and Black Widow was
Guard.
supposed to be the first. Winter Guard. There is other ways to
Wait,
do it.
what was first installment, third installment? What?
Oh, because he's a mutant, and I was saying it wouldn't make sense because of the fact that Black Widow was supposed to be one, the first installment, and two, before it's set in the past. So he can't be a mutant, but I feel like they're gonna work around it another way. But yeah,
What, science experiment?
I'll get on that next Wednesday. Yep, next Wednesday, 10 a.m.
Ladies and
on
gentlemen,
YouTube,
ladies.
Spotify,
Oh,
Anchor, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast.
why are you plugging it when I'm just about to end it?
Oh, you gotta plug it just to get it
I was
remember.
gonna
You know what I mean?
when I end it. That's when I plug it.
Oh yeah. Well, it flowed easier though. That's why.
No, it didn't, because I was just about to do it until
Kinda
you
did.
until you said it.
Yeah. Okay. Continue. You're good.
This has been a podcast with no name yet. Again, as Manny said, you can catch us every Wednesday, 10 a.m. YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast services around the world. We thank you for joining this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're ready for whatever Manny's going to give us next week, because
Yep.
I'm not even going to be ready for it myself.
Me neither.
You're the one presenting it.
That's how next level it is.
No, you can't just say something you're not ready for when you're the one preparing it.
No, I'm ready. I'm perfectly ready.
Oh my gosh. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.